There's a lot of well-known artists in Washington, D.C., but one that really stands out because of the originality of his work is Lance Wiggs. He's one of the area's finest abstract artists. So let's take a look at what he's working on now.
My style is pretty much abstract. I mean, it's my favorite way to do it. Usually when I try to go in with like a plan, it never really comes out like I want it to go. So, like when I was in I like to think about like, you know, my entire painting career thus far, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty, not super long, you know what I'm saying? But what has felt the most comfortable has been abstract. Just constantly kind of like building, rebuilding, creating and destroying on the canvas.
Most of his work is created on the spot, and even though he can design things planned out, he finds the real challenge in freestyling. To him, this method of painting is an adventure.
Painting live at a couple of different, you know what I'm saying, events. This always gives you a different feel. The work always has a different feel to it, live. These quiet times, these are rare opportunities, you know what I'm saying, to paint like this. But, you know what I'm saying, the work and the journey is always, you know what I'm saying, like, it's always worth it. Like, every time I look at a painting, I think about where it started and, like, how it probably won't look anything like this at the end and vice versa. But that's the coolest part of the painting.
Lance is a former teacher from Washington, D.C., so when he decided to take on art full-time and leave the classroom, he felt that he needed the same rewarding feeling that he got from his students. In saying that, he did not leave the city. He believed his neighborhood, Southeast Washington, D.C., was the best place to start his career.
Being someone who's originally from Southeast, I feel it's so important, you know what I'm saying, that someone comes back and helps to develop that area into a more artistic culture, and not using the word artistic as something that is like streamlined or limited in a sense, like just creative, you know what I'm saying, in the way we're living, the way we're thinking, and just feeling like, you know what I'm saying, there are no limits on what we can do, not necessarily as a people, but just as a collective force. And I feel like it's important for us to come back and do that.
Granted, he's a full-time artist, but to Lance, it's really not about the money. It's about the feeling he gets when people appreciate his work. That's what he lives for. And as an artist, he strives for that feeling in every painting.